Happy 2024. Great things in store. Expect more. Hey, as we soar. So the question is, why do some of us eat black-eyed peas today? Well, this is a great children's book, and hopefully I can get through all of this. It's called Black-Eyed Peas and HogheadCheese, a story of food, family, and freedom. And this is by Glenda Arman and illustrated by Steffi Walthall. Yummy, 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 delicious. I chose to close my eyes and follow the sweet potato pies with my nose as Grandma moves them from the oven to the windowsill. There's no place I'd rather be than right here in Grandma's kitchen. Oh, goodness. Mom, Dad, and I came all the way from California to spend the holidays with our family. Soon it will be New Year's Day, which is today here. And everyone will be here. Mom and Dad are staying with Auntie Betty. So today I have Grandma all to myself. I put up my apron and I'm ready to help her prepare for the New Year's Day dinner. Know what I like most about Grandma's kitchen? More than jambalaya, more than sweet potato pie, even more than pralines, Grandma's stories. Every meal Grandma cooks comes with a story. What will today's story be? Time for black-eyed peas, Tiffy. Tiffy sounds like Tiffy, and it means little girl in Creole. That's Grandma's first language. Grandma spreads the black-eyed peas on a towel. My job is to pluck out any tiny stones or broken peas. We can't celebrate the New Year's without black-eyed peas. I can tell that a story is about to begin as I find a pebble. Why, Grandma? Well, Francis, Grandma calls me by my name this time. Many years ago, our African ancestors were taken from their farms and villages and put in chains. They were forced onto a big ship and brought to America against their will. They were angry and afraid. I close my eyes. I imagine the ship. My heart feels heavy as I see the faces of my ancestors. Okay, this sounds like this is going to be like a 2 to 3 part story because we have to read the small print on the side. The Atlantic slave trade, which lasted from the 16th to the 19th century, formed a triangle first. European ships brought products to West Africa. The products were exchanged for people who were being held captive. The second leg, in which the captives were brought by force to the Americas, was the Middle Passage. On the third leg of the journey, the ships returned to Europe with raw materials received in exchange for the African captives. It's very important that we know our history. So this is a very important time of the year, the first of the year, the first fruits, where a lot of people start their fasts, their denials, and it's a time for commemorating what we have gone through, celebrating, and becoming very conscious of where we need to go. Grandma continues, the Africans would only eat the foods they knew from home. Yams, rice, and black-eyed peas. Yes, Grandma says, black-eyed peas kept them alive. Now we eat them on New Year's Day for good luck. Black-eyed peas are actually beans and are native to Africa. They can be cooked many ways and are a source of fiber, protein, copper, calcium, vitamin A, and iron. Since black-eyed peas swell when cooked, they have come to symbolize prosperity. Eating them on New Year's Day is said to bring wealth and happiness in the new year. That's why many of us eat black-eyed peas. Grandma rinses the black-eyed peas and puts them in a pot to cook. It's time to make pralines. I ask eagerly, or is it time to eat pralines? She asks eagerly. Not yet. Grandma takes a pan out of the refrigerator. It's time to check on my hoghead cheese. Yes, it's good to have context. I wrinkle my nose. I do not like hoghead cheese. 1, it's not really cheese. 2, it really is made from a hog head. Yesterday, I peeked at the hog heads boiling in Grandma's big pot. It was scary. Grandma scraped the meat off the bone. Ugh! Mixed it with gelatin and spices and spread it in a pan. Now I watch as she shakes the pan. Good, she explains. It's nice and firm. Pork, meat from a pig. Hog, a domestic pig that weighs more than 120 pounds. Whew, Grandma, why do you make hog head cheese? Well, after their terrible journey, our ancestors were brought here to Louisiana, where they were enslaved, forced to work without pay on a big farm called a plantation. They picked cotton, they sold rice, they cut sugarcane, sun up to sundown. This is real talk, real history. Grandma cuts the hog head cheese into squares. Our ancestors were given a small amount of food, usually cornmeal, molasses, rice, and pork. They received the parts of the pig no one else wanted. The feet, the tail, the intestines, and head. Yuck. Do you remember chitlins? I never have had chitlins. I've never tasted them. But I have smelled them in my childhood home many holidays. My mom cleaning the chitlins, and she would say, it's a delicacy, Michelle. And they would have the chitlins with chitterlings, she would say. Coleslaw and spaghetti and hot sauce. Woo! Never. But hey, can't look down. So Grandma continues, our ancestors made do with what they had. They stuffed bits of pork into the intestines to make the sausage we called andouille. They made many meals using rice, jambalaya, beans, and rice, gumbo. Yum, I like rice. They ate boiled pig's feet. They cooked pig's tails with greens, and she adds with a little smile, they made hog head cheese. Grandma offers me a small piece. Early next morning, Grandma and I go to the garden to pick turnip greens for our New Year's Day dinner. We greet Grandpa, who is already there pulling weeds. Grandpa shows me how to pull the turnips from the ground by their leafy green stems. Did our ancestors who were slaves eat healthy foods too? I asked Grandma. Mais sou, she replies. It sounds like mais oui, but it means, oh yes, mais oui. Our people have always planted gardens. Grandma tells me, that's right, that's who we are. We're healthy, we're strong, we're brilliant. What did they grow in their gardens during slavery time? I asked as I began pulling turnips. They grew the same vegetables our ancestors grew in Africa, Grandpa answers, and the same ones I grow in my garden today, beans and tomatoes, turnip greens, and sweet potatoes. But when did they have time to tend to their gardens? Often on Saturdays, their workday ended at noon. Grandma explained. So they had Saturday afternoon and Sunday to tend to their own needs. Oh, you're talking about some resilience. And this is the last day of Kwanzaa, Imani, faith. Come on. They had insight. They had foresight to plan ahead. Hardworking. Yams versus sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes have thin, smooth skin and usually have orange flesh. Yams, which are native to Africa, tend to have tough skin and white flesh. In the United States, sweet potatoes are more common than yams. Both are packed with nutrients. Can we get one more page in? Let's see. They also went fishing in the Mississippi River. They caught crabs, shrimp, and oysters, just like I did when I was a boy, recalls Grandpa. That seafood made for some good gumbo. They gathered pecans too, Grandma, as they always have plenty of pecans and lots of sugar. That's why pralines are so popular. And because they're like a cookie and candy in one, I chime in. Grandma smiles. So by gardening, fishing, and gathering nuts and berries on their own time, our ancestors added variety to their diet. Grandpa shakes his head in wonder. And by sunup Monday, they were back in the fields. And this is Monday here. Hey, I hope we are doing some great things to feed our body, commemorate the greatness that's within us, and commit to healthy eating, just vegetables, fruit, to make us strong emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, so we can do great things this year. All right, we're going to have part 2 later on, but we have a lot to think about today. Catch the vision and proceed with purpose 2024.